Find Guitar. This channel is dedicated to finding guitars. I've been a woodworker for 50 years, finished and worked with several different species of wood. I also love playing guitar. I also love looking at guitars. Guitars, guitars, guitars. And I would like to find you your dream guitar if you so choose. This week's feature is going to be about Mayones, or Mayones. I've heard it pronounced several different ways. They're from Poland. I hear they make excellent guitars. And here's some to view. Okay, here we are with Mayones Guitars. These guitars are made in Poland, and they are well-made guitars, and I would like to try and play one sometime. So here's our first one up. They want $2,700. It's here in America, $100 for shipping. I like the color more or less. I'm not too much of a fan of having this kind of a grayish silver look in the middle. I would like to see it more of a blue burst, where it's blue, light blue in the center and then gets darker across the edges, but that's just my preference. Here's the back. Real nice looking there. Alright, so now we'll look at the and then the headstock. Okay, it says it's in mint condition. Natural burst or natural blue burst. Mint condition. That's about it. 16-inch radius, 24 frets. I don't think the price is bad compared to what some of the other guitars they want for this brand. I think it would be worth the money if you're looking for a good playing guitar at this price range. Nowadays, if you're going to look for well-made guitars that play real well and have a reputation for that, you're going to pay around $3,000 or better for them. That's just the way the pricing is anymore. You can always try to get it for cheaper. You can always make an offer on these guitars. It doesn't mean just because the person is asking $2,700 that's what they have to pay. I've already went through this with another person buying a guitar. They wanted so much money and I offered them so much and they took it, and that's the way it is. So these aren't always a set price. You can always try to get them cheaper. And I see it really doesn't say, but I noticed a lot of their necks I think are I'm not sure if that's Wingate, but I believe that's Purple Heart, those two kind of reddish stripes there. So this may be Wingate and Purple Heart, which are good woods for necks. I don't know how heavy these guitars are. I have no idea. So this is the first one up. Alright, this is the next one up. This is a less priced one. Looks about $1,800 and the shipping looks good. It's in America, so $79 for shipping is not a bad thing. I don't know, once again, anything about this particular model of guitar. Let's see, it doesn't really say. To me, it doesn't say. But to me, it looks like this is possibly black limba. I'm not sure. It kind of looks like it, but I'm not exactly sure since they don't say what it is. Let's see. It's some type of lizard, it says. So I suppose Pro Lizard in there on the 12th fret, I assume. Here's the back side of the headstock. Looks like it's got some decent tuners on it. Here's the back side. Okay, that looks like mahogany to me. This backside. But it's hard to tell. And it looks like this neck is different than the neck that was on the other model that we were just looking at. That looks like it's possibly mahogany with some type of another, well, that might be mahogany in the middle too, but with maple or something. This one is not giving us a whole lot of description on it. What it actually is. There's a full shot of the guitar. Okay, it says it's in excellent condition. Light signs of playing wear. Here are the pickups. Get original hard shell case and manual. Alright, it's right hand. So that's alright. Here's another one for sale. It's not too bad a price. It's $1,800, or basically $1,900. But they want $150 shipping. And it's a 7-string. They seem to have a lot of 7-strings for sale. I don't know if people are just getting out of 7-strings now or what. I personally am not a 7-string player. I've got one 7-string, and I took the 7th string off because I don't like it. It just gets in the way. But I got the guitar at a cheap price, so I play it anyway. Okay, so here's the back side. Once again, this looks like mahogany to me. I'm not sure what the neck is, if that's a maple neck or exactly if it's mahogany. I don't think this is mahogany though. But okay, it looks like it's vibrato. There's the back side of the headstock. Once again, some decent looking tuners. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, that's the case. Okay. Looks like it's a hard shell case. Here's a look at the fretboard. Looks like rosewood to me. A shot of vibrato. Seymour Duncan pickups. Okay, let's see what they got to say. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Setius. I'm sure I'm probably not saying it correctly. Alright. Well, they don't have a whole lot other than they're saying it's excellent. I mean, the price is pretty good for what it is. It's got some color to it. So it's not a plain Jane guitar. And like I said, the price isn't bad if you don't mind a 7-string. Alright, here's one that I looked at and I was very serious about buying it because of the price, and I was thinking about getting a Mayones or Mayones. There's many different ways I've heard this name pronounced, so I'm not exactly sure. Like I said, I don't like 7-strings, but I like headless guitars. The one thing I didn't like is it's from Japan, so you're going to have to pay import tax on it, and their shipping price is quite a bit, almost $300. So that really pushes the price up. But it's hard to find these 6-strings that have some color to them. Most of them are just a plain burl on top, and I don't like it. I like some color on my guitars. I don't like just plain colored, natural color. Okay, that once again looks like it's that Wingay with the purple heart neck. I'm not sure. It's possible. We'll see if they got an explanation on that. Here's the headless part. I heard they're really good playing, high quality guitars, so I'd like to try one out in the future. Okay, headless. Yeah, they do say it's Wingay right there. Okay, raw power pickups. Edition item. Yeah, Wingate Purple Heart. That's what I figured it was. I worked in a door factory and we dealt with Wingate quite a bit, so yeah. Stainless steel frets. Like I said, it's not bad. They want a lot for shipping, and then they've got things about, stuff. That's the only thing I didn't like is it's coming from Japan. And even here in America, things get beat up and banged around. I've had a couple of guitars show up where I was sure that there was damage to the guitar, and I couldn't believe it the way the box looked. It was all beat up. The box was ripped apart, and I was like, man, the guitar's got to be damaged. But nope, I couldn't believe it. Just the outer box was all beat up. So I don't know. I just don't trust having something shipped over. And then, like I said, you got to pay import tax on it and all that stuff. So, it can get expensive in a hurry. And as far as I see, a lot of these guitars aren't selling for a good price. They're not selling for big dollars. All right, here's last but not least. I thought I'd bring one in that had a high dollar value to it, and it's a nice looking guitar. I'll give them that. It says it's brand new. It's got the those. I was trying to remember what they're called. They're special frets. Oh, I can't think of the name right now. What that's called. Oh, what is that called? True Temper. That's it. True Temperament frets. These frets are squiggly like this. Somebody at one time, I can't remember who it was or what country they were from, but it wasn't in America, if I remember correctly, sat down and figured out how to perfectly intonate your guitar by moving the frets in different directions from sharp to flat, because when you push down on your strings, it's naturally going to go slightly sharp, because that's just the nature of it, depending on how far down you push it. So, because you're making the string shorter. So anyway, somebody sat and figured out how to make the frets move, since the intonation will change every time you press down on the strings. So this is a system somebody come up with. They sat around and developed it for years, figured out what angles and design that you had to do to get your guitar to stay in tune as you're playing it, so it doesn't go out of tune, supposedly. Now, as I've heard in lots of interviews of all different other guitar makers, that it's always a give and take when it comes to intonation, because of the scale lengths that you have, and pressing down on the strings always changes your intonation. So it's always up to debate whether whatever system they come up with. I saw this said it had an Evertune bridge on it, so that's supposed to help keep your guitar in tune at all times, no matter what. And I see it looks like it's got Fishman pickups on it. The price is a little over $6,000. Shipping, they want $170. That's a little steep, but it depends on if they're shipping it overnight and insuring it and whatnot. Because it doesn't cost that much. Okay, here's a picture of the Evertune bridge. I know some people really like it, and they've been using them on all different models of guitars lately. Here's the back side. Once again, it looks like Wingate Purple Heart neck. Here's a closer look at the True Temper frets. I have no idea what it's like to play them. I'm sure there's some type of learning curve because of the fret design on there. I'm not exactly sure. Okay, 3A maple body, matching headstock, purple gloss, wingay purple heart. Alright, it's, I'm not even sure how to pronounce that word. African mahogany body, 25 and a quarter inch scale, 16-inch radius, yep. Fishman fluids, pickups, charging port on the back side, blue luminlay. I've got, my Strandberg has got the luminlay, and they do light up in the dark. That is a handy thing. I don't play at night anyway, so it really doesn't matter to me. Let's see what else. Looks like it's got strap locks. Okay, 2 to 3 day shipping. Oh, it says it's brand new. Okay, so that's got some. It's got a decent sticker price to it. It's up to you what you expect expensive is. It's probably worth the money. I wouldn't doubt it a bit. Like I said, I've heard that they're well-made guitars and they play really well, and I don't know. That's quite a bit of money to pay for a guitar, but I've paid more for a guitar. So there we go. Yeah, Mayones, or however you pronounce them, from Poland. Yes. Yeah, I like guitars, especially the ones that play good and look good. All right, so I hope you have a good week and see you next week. Peace.